they're being pre-composed, the computer is still seeing them like this, which isn't too much of a problem. We can just make that 3D, or you can click this little button here as well, which says collapse transformations, and what that does is any settings that are applied in the nested composition to any of these layers, so the 3D-ness of them or any effects, will apply to this as well. So for example, if there's motion blur in here, it will show through here even if the switch isn't on, so that's fine. I want to make this 3D though, so that it'll actually interact with the camera later on, but if there's any problems we can always just change that quickly. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is bring in my background layer like so. I need to make that 3D. As you can see, I think I've mentioned in a previous video where 3D doesn't actually take layer structure by the way in which the layers interact. So even though this background layer is below our tarmac in our timeline, because the 3D space is closer to the camera, you'll see more of this image. So if I move this up and down, you can see that they intersect. That's where they intersect. So we want to put it to about there. It doesn't really matter at this moment. I'm going to push it back in 3D space. The reason we're having it in 3D space is that we want it to again interact with the camera. So easiest way to do this, just go to your top view, zoom out, find out where the edge of your tarmac layer is. It's probably about, let's just do it this way. Holding our space to move, just push it right back. Okay. There we go. So it's still a little big, but that's fine. It's not much of a problem. It's because our background layers are so big. So just keep dragging it, and then we can scale it. So we want to scale it up big enough so it fills the screen, and move it down because I just want the end of these to be there. So we can just see the mountains. Scale up a little bit more.